All right, Elder Edwards, this is a response to your message. Thank you very much. I'm running a lot of software on this, and so I'm having to use this direct upload thing. I don't know if the video image is going to be unsteady. But anyway, thanks a lot. I'm glad you ran across JRider4. He's a great guy. One of the first people I met on YouTube when I joined back in March, about 9 months ago. So I'm glad you stumbled across JRider. Thanks so much for your video. Gosh, you covered a lot of territory. I thought it would be better to make a video response because just 500 characters is just not going to cover it. On religion, well, let me say first of all, I like the ad hoc format, talking this way, because I tend to think while I talk, and this allows me also to explore ideas. So I like it better than a structured format. Though I do take notes so I could hit topical points. So I'll try to talk quick because I want to kind of fit this in. But I apologize if I just ramble a bit because I know I'll ramble. Four types of proof: logical proof, documentary evidence, maybe that you submit in court. Um, Observation, direct observation. Science uses this a lot. And then revelation, divine revelation, which is interesting. I mean, developing a personal relationship with God that may be somewhere between direct observation and divine revelation. What's interesting to me, I was thinking, well, we usually think of divine revelation as being given to one individual, say a prophet, and then who then warns the people. But it could be given to each individual. And curiously enough, maybe it could be given to a group of people, not to each individual, but to a group as a whole. Would be very kind of curious. Uh, um, I was reading a summary of a Muslim philosopher from the Middle Ages the other day. He was talking about the difficulty of developing all the different types of perfection, and that actually that any one individual, if they existed, would be really hard to find. But maybe it's more probable that you would get perfection in a group of people. So maybe there's the body of the church there, huh? People prefer different types of logic. I'm one of those different types of proof. I'm one of those people who likes logical proof. I love it. Mathematical proof, syllogisms. I love that. Other people like more of the documentary proof, more of things submitted in a court of law. Maybe that's J. Rutherford's preference. I haven't spoken to him about it. Of course, direct observation is beloved by science, and well, I shouldn't say beloved, but you know what I mean. And then divine revelation, of course, as a religious is beloved by the religious, if I can use the word beloved. What else? Gosh. If there's a creator God, I should say I'm agnostic. My family is a strong atheist family. I moved to sort of weak atheism, what they call weak atheism or agnosticism, when I was about 14 years old. I don't disbelieve in God, but I don't believe in God. I basically, taking your advice or similar to your advice, I believe in keeping an open mind and an open heart on the issue at all times. That's why I'm always open to dialogue. And I really believe in dialogue. I believe in the search for truth. I think debate is useful, but I think a lot of times people just forget about the search for truth and they get interested in winning a debate. Though I think debate's valuable for sharpening our opinions and examining our opinions, to see what they're really made of. There's a great video about Al-Ghazali, um, uh, another Islamic philosopher, that on the YouTube. Maybe I'll send it to you. It's very, very interesting. Just moving along real quickly. Uh, God, the creator, could also be the sustainer. I mean, creation could be going on at every moment in time. This could all be being created now and sustained now. Um, so that's a thought. I don't really view creation, if it occurred, as happening at one moment in the past and being over and being done with. Um, um, which also allows room for a creator God to intervene at any moment, or is intervening. Um, yeah, I agree with you. Now, how smart can we be if we can't even get along? It's crazy. But I should point out about atheism. That it's very common for people to say that, well, atheists are proud and boastful. Actually, um, different forms of atheism can be based on a profound humility. My family, one of the reasons for their atheism was just a belief that the universe was so vast. We were just astounded at how vast the universe is and how complex the universe is, and the idea that we, humankind, with all our flaws, could be somehow special, or could be, even if there were a God, that we would be you know, paid personal attention by this God just seemed like to us to kind of like the height of arrogance. So, and I realize there's a completely different way to look at that. I like your point that if there is a creator God and he did create mankind with a purpose, wouldn't he communicate with mankind? And I think it's a very strong point. I don't know the answer. I also think I kind of go along with sort of the Islamic idea on this, that such a God would be of such majesty and such freedom that there would be basically have no obligation towards us. I understand that might be different than the Christian conception, but I think it's very interesting as a point of view. Something of such great majesty that it is completely beyond us, and God does what He will, you know. On the other hand, I like the other idea, but I always have to be careful between what I have reason to believe and what I want to believe. Real quick on that, there can be numerous hallucinations when it comes back to proving things. I really don't know. Maybe the divine has to be recognized, and if it can be recognized so that you know you're not hallucinating and living in a psychotic world, then maybe there is an imprint of the divine on us or in us, and maybe that's the image we're made in. But I include the animals in that. I really have a distaste for religious statements that separate the animals and say, oh, no, 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 the animals are different. The animals don't have a soul. You have something different. I believe in evolution. As I say, I don't see any reason to believe that, you know, if there is a creator God, that He's done creating things. And evolution makes perfect sense to me. And I don't think that conflicts with uh, the idea of a creator God. It's just, in fact, makes it more majestic. Anyway, I'm going to run out of time, so I'm going to turn this thing off. Let me just see if there's any other points that I missed. Um, um, oh, so I did a video called From Atheism to Agnosticism that you might find interesting, where I talked about my move from strong atheism to weak atheism or agnosticism. And that was based on the concept that perhaps if God created the universe, if there's a God who created the universe, what if He created logic and reason as well? We could not then use those as tools to prove the existence or non-existence of God. Of course, that's a debate that's been going on since the Middle Ages or before the Middle Ages. That's the story. I'm going to run out of time. I think I'll end it graciously. I just want to thank you for your message. I really appreciate it. It's been great to meet you, and like dialoguing with you, and I prefer dialogue to debate. I mean, debate's great. We can sharpen our minds and stuff, but I never want to lose the sacrifice. Never want to sacrifice the search for truth to points of debate, huh? Thank you very much. You take care. It's good to meet you. Bye bye.